Ang proyektong Bukas sa UP Bukas ay paglalaro at paghaharaya sa mga posibilidad ng diwa ng bukas para sa Universidad ng Pilipinas Diliman. Samot-saring tinig ang bumubuo sa mga kabanatang nagtatampok sa iba't ibang sektor na nagdaraan, nagpapahinga o namamalagi sa universidad. Ang bawat tinig ay pagkakataong buuhin sa imahinasyon ang kinabukasan ng UP na saksi sa mayamang kasaysayan hindi lamang ng kanyang sarili, ngunit ng bayang kanyang sinisikap kalingain.
What we do here in the Resilience Institute is to try to make communities, including the University of the Philippines campuses, all over the country, as well as communities, local government units, provincial level, up to barangay level, to try to train and educate the people, stakeholders, to build resilience. We build resilience in terms of trying to make response plans and adaptation plans with climate change for different sectors like agriculture, tourism, education, infrastructure, energy, and so on. So basically, it's everything under the sun. We try to get that knowledge out to the ground level where it matters. Because resilience is about being able to have that ability to resist adversity. And to be able to be sustainable, you must have that resilience factor to be able to perform indefinitely important functions.
Ang UP Diliman para sa akin ay isang buhay na lugar. Kasi dito ako nag-high school, simula high school, nag-college hanggang ngayon, at pati yung anak ko dito na rin nag-aral. Isa siyang malaking lugar para sa pagkatuto, para sa pag-explore, para sa paglikha, ng hindi lang malikhaing akda, pero mga mahalagang karanasan, enkwentro sa tao, mga ugnayan, so, lahat ay nangyayari sa UP. Isa sigurong mahalagang marka ng UP sa akin ay puno. Yung, kumbaga, yun na nga, punong-puno siya ng saya, punong-puno ng tao, lahat ng klase ng puno. At yung UP kasi dati, kinikilala ko sa puno at sa mga tao na iniugnay ko sa mga lugar o iniugnay ko sa mga building. Nagbago na yun. Siyempre, all under the development clause. Halimbawa, UPIS, kung saan kami nag-aral, ay mall na. So, parang siya malaking bagay talaga yung ito ay naikabit sa isang malaking, sabihin na nating negosyante. Pagkatapos, ang kapalit dito ay pag-develop ng facilities, dapat ay for educational purposes. Pero kasi, para sa akin, yung UP ay UP dahil sa mga tao. Ang UP ay UP dahil sa mga interactions na nade-develop mula sa wala, na nagiging take-off point para mag-develop ng mga bagong kaisipan, ng mga bagong technology. So, pagka nangunguna kasi yung mga ganun, hinahanap ko pa rin halimbawa, okay, nasan ang library? Nasan yung learning facilities? Nasan yung dormitories or even the faculty room? Yung mga lugar, tinatanong ko yung sarili ko, ito ba ay para saan?
In 1969, we transferred to Purok Aguinaldo, which is housing for international faculty. It was funded by the Rockefeller Foundation. So I grew up with Americans, Indians, and Japanese. The space is very important because my father told me the reason why we have ample space in the university is for faculty to be given space to think well. That is the purpose of having ample space in the university. And we did not have that much infrastructure during that time. And people were able to roam around. It was safe. People could just walk, and then, they could think. Probably that promoted better research, better thinking, better mentoring, not just for the faculty, also for the students. There's more infrastructure now. There's supposed to be a ratio between, according to our language, the ratio between students and faculty and the space requirement. I think we're above that already.
Tinatanong ko pa rin sa okay ba talaga to? Yung ganon yung... Kasi sa akin, pupunta ako sa UP kasi makikipagkwentuhan ako or gusto kong matuto doon sa isang bagay at magtatanong ako, tama ba tong idea na to? Tama ba tong ginawa namin? So, hindi kasi siya yung simpleng mag-aaral ako, magbabasa ako, no? Pero pag wala kasing venue para doon, ano siya no? Parang nakaka-shock. So, pupunta ka ba sa mall para mag-interact? Pupunta ka ba sa ilalim ng puno kasi wala kayong office? Or katulad nung isang advising session ko na ginawa namin sa tabi ng ATM kasi wala na kaming office. Yung gano'n, yung displacement, sa isang napakalaking lugar na makakaramdam ka ng displacement. Ano nakakapagtaka? Yung mga tao kasi gumagalaw yan. So, fluid yung movements. Pero yung mga tao kasi nagkakaroon kayo ng ugnayan kasi may same purpose kayo. At saka meron kayong common ground. Pero nangyayari yon sa isang pooke. So, halimbawa nun, sa FC, yung canteen natin, lahat dyan nangyayari. Sabay kayong kakain, magbe-merienda, at ang dami nyo nang napapag-usapan. So, nakaka-identify ka ngayon ng mga tao at yung notions ng learning, hindi siya nalilimit sa space ng classroom. Dahil wala na yun, hahanap ka ng iba. Unfortunately, hindi mo sila makikita dun. Kasi siguro sila rin, naghahanap din sila ng ibang lugar.
The biggest problems, it takes some kind of detailed work and experience to be able to identify problems. Now that we realize the problem, we're doing something about it. We also now realize that more than 20%, maybe 30% of the land which is supposed to be used for teaching, for honing the future generation of experts, professionals in the Philippines, the land is also being encroached. We must do something about that. We are actually doing something about it because it's a problem. It's a social problem also, which is a problem also for other local government units. Practically every community in the country, every LGU has that problem.
I think as an innovation hub, pwede kasi talagang i-gear din ng UP yung kanyang academic purpose para i-build yung concept ng resilience. Pero yung concept ng resilience na nanggagaling sa isang community at yung community ng UP ang pwedeng maging laboratory para doon. Iniisip ko yung idea na pwede kaya nakasama talaga sa concept ng resilience building among students yung idea na marunong tayo magtanim or as simple as marunong tayo mag-identify site ID ng mga puno around us. Paano mo kakalingain ng isang bagay na hindi mo kilala? I think kailangan natin i-gear yung academic agenda. Kasi yung dala-dala nating orientation ng education natin, talagang para mag-create ng jobs. Hindi ba? Yun naman talaga. Pero baka pwede na natin siyang itulak ng sustainable jobs for sustainable communities.
So we are embarking on this very special project. We have a 20-hectare lot south of UP Diliman campus. We want to establish urban farm and wellness park. And that urban farm will have greenhouses, it will have a park, and that greenhouse are high-yield vegetable farms. And the people who will man all of those greenhouses and farm lots will be the people who are currently living there.
Resilience is a habit. Resilience is a perspective. Hindi siya manggagaling sa tools. Ang tools ay responsive sa building resilience.
Because resilience is about being able to have that ability to resist adversity.